Good day, mate, and may the Fourth be with you. I'm Jake, your Aussie guide from Should I Go. Today, I'm doing something a bit different in honor of Star Wars Day, one of my favorite holidays. For those who don't know what I'm yapping on about, May the 4th is a take on the Star Wars line, May the Force be with you, and it's an excuse every year to celebrate George Lucas's iconic space epic. This year, we're taking a joyful hyperspace hop across the top 10 real-world Star Wars filming locations from episodes 1 through 6. No Disney-era spots here. We're kicking it old school, from the scorching deserts of Tatooine to the frozen tundra of Hoth. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll include a special bonus location. So strap on your Jedi boots and let's get this intergalactic Star Wars tour started. Is the Force with us? Let's find out now. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is the otherworldly beauty of Fang Ya Bay in Thailand. You might know this place from postcards of limestone karst towers jutting out of emerald waters, but Star Wars fans know it as Kashyyyk, the Wookiee homeworld from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Those towering jungle-covered rocks and islands were filmed here as plate shots, and later turned into the backdrop of the Battle of Kashyyyk. On the big screen, this tranquil bay became a war zone where Yoda fought alongside Chewbacca and his Wookiee buddies against the droid army. But in real life, it's a tropical paradise. No laser crossfire, just long-tail boats, sea kayaks, and beachside shacks with fresh coconuts. Talk about a plot twist. 1 minute it's a galactic battlefield, the next it's your dreamy holiday cruise. If you visit, you can paddle through sea caves and hidden lagoons among the karst formations. It's so peaceful, you'd never guess you're floating through the set of a Star Wars battle. Just resist the urge to do your best Wookiee roar. Unless you want to scare the other tourists. Whether you're a nature lover or a cosplay Jedi looking for a new adventure, Fang Ya Bay delivers scenery that's quite literally out of this world. It's Kashyyyk, but with better weather and zero separatists. No Wookiees either, sadly. Number 9 lands us in the Yuma Desert of Arizona, where the dunes are vast, the sun is blazing, and something might be lurking under the sand. That's right. This is where Jabba the Hutt's sail barge parked for an ill-fated execution party in Return of the Jedi. The specific spot, Buttercup Valley in the Imperial Sand Dunes near Yuma, served as the Great Pit of Carkoon, home of the Sarlacc, that lovely tentacled creature who enjoys swallowing bounty hunters named Boba Fett. Back in 1982, the Star Wars crew hauled a giant fake sail barge set out here, plopped it among the dunes, and filmed Luke's daring rescue of Han Solo. It turns out the Arizona-California border dunes look a lot like Tatooine minus the Jawas. Today there's no trace of Jabba's barge, Boba Fett, or the hungry Sarlacc. Locals are proud of the Star Wars connection. Some will gladly point you to the Sarlacc pit area. It's a pilgrimage for diehards. You can stand at the very spot where Princess Leia choked Jabba with a chain, or imagine Boba Fett flying overhead. Gracing number 8 is a location as elegant as a Naboo senator's wardrobe, Plaza de España in Seville, Spain. This grand half-moon plaza, with its ornate architecture and fountains, was chosen to represent the city of Theed on Naboo in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Remember the scene when Anakin and Padme arrive on Naboo? They stroll along a beautiful plaza with R2-D2 dutifully trailing behind. That was shot right here, with the Plaza de España standing in for the plaza outside Queen Amidala's palace. The plaza is an architectural jewel from 1928, built for the Ibero-American Expo. But George Lucas saw those sweeping tiled fountains and colonnades and said, "Yep, that looks like a peaceful Naboo afternoon." They added a few CG buildings in the background, but the wide walkway and those distinctive curved bridges are all real. It's in this very spot that Anakin tries his best to flirt with Padme. Poor guy. His pickup lines are about as smooth as coarse sand, which he famously hates. Visiting Plaza de España is a 2-for-1 deal. You get to see one of Spain's most stunning landmarks and walk in the footsteps of Jedi and senators. It's a popular spot, so don't be surprised if you encounter fellow Star Wars geeks taking selfies where Anakin and Padme once stood. Maybe bring along a stylish Naboo-inspired outfit for that Instagram shot. After that, enjoy a boat ride on the little canal or just soak up the sun. Number 7 takes us to Death Valley, California, proving that Tatooine isn't just in Tunisia. Parts of it are in good old USA too. In A New Hope, after C-3PO and R2-D2 jettison from Princess Leia's ship, they wander a vast desert before Jawas zap poor R2. Those rocky canyons and sand dunes weren't in North Africa at all. They were filmed right here in Death Valley. The crew used several spots in this national park to portray the endless sands of Tatooine's Dune Sea. Golden Canyon is one such filming location. It's where R2-D2 gets ambushed by Jawas. If you hike it, you might recognize the craggy walls from the droid's eye view. Just keep an eye out for scavenging Jawas, or maybe tourists in Jawa robes. Another site, Dante's View, provided the panoramic overlook of Mos Eisley in the distance. Ben Kenobi's famous line, "Never will you find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy," comes to mind as he and Luke gaze down, though the actual spaceport was a matte painting blended with a shot from Tunisia. For Luke's trek with Obi-Wan and the droids, the filmmakers also shot on the Mesquite Flat Dunes, which double nicely for the Dune Sea. This is the droid filming location you're looking for. Coming in at number 6 is a palace so lavish, even Queen Amidala would be impressed. The Royal Palace of Caserta in southern Italy. This 18th century Baroque palace, often dubbed the Versailles of Italy, made its Star Wars debut as the interior of the Theed Royal Palace on Naboo. In Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, young Queen Amidala strides through these very halls. And in Episode 2, Padme, now a senator, returns here to meet with the new queen. That grand staircase where Anakin stands awkwardly while Padme reunites with her old boss. Yep, that's Caserta's main staircase. The ornate throne room and gilded corridors. Caserta again, slightly augmented with CGI and props to add that Naboo flair. What's amazing is that aside from a few fictional touches, the palace didn't need much set dressing. It's truly that opulent. Marble floors, towering columns, huge paintings and chandeliers. You half expect to bump into an Italian royal, or at least a handmaiden in elaborate makeup. It's no wonder the Star Wars crew came back here multiple times. It provided the perfect backdrop of regal grandeur for Naboo's scenes. Visiting Caserta Palace is like stepping into Naboo's high society. You can wander the same monumental staircases and echoing halls where Padme once walked. Maybe leave the elaborate headpiece at home unless you really want to commit. The expansive gardens out back are themselves worth a tour. Fountains, cascades, the whole royal works. All in all, Caserta lets you time travel to Naboo and the 1700s at once. Number 5 takes us deep into the jungles of Central America, Tikal, in Guatemala. These ancient Maya ruins set the stage for the rebel base on Yavin 4 in Star Wars, A New Hope. When the Millennium Falcon zooms into the hidden rebel base after the Battle of Yavin, the establishing shots show giant stone pyramids rising above the jungle canopy. That's literally the real Tikal site you're seeing. In particular, the Masasi temples of Yavin are actually Tikal's Mayan temples. Temple 4's view over the rainforest is the exact angle seen in the film as the Millennium Falcon flies overhead toward the rebel hideout. No CGI here, folks, just pure Guatemalan splendor and a bit of movie magic. You might recall the scenes of pilots running to their X-wings among the ruins. Those close-ups were shot in England, but all the wide, breathtaking vistas are 100% Tikal. Number 4 is for the romantics and scoundrels alike. The breathtaking Villa del Belbiano on Lake Como. In Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, this elegant villa served as the lake retreat on Naboo, where Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala hid out, and yeah, where they secretly got married in that heart-melting sunset scene. The villa's terrace and balcony overlooking Lake Como are instantly recognizable. It's where Anakin and Padme share a kiss as man and wife with droids as the only witnesses. The filmmakers chose this spot for its jaw-dropping views. Mountains, a sparkling lake, lush gardens, truly a setting fit for a clandestine Naboo wedding. They digitally altered a bit of the villa's exterior and added some Naboo-style domes in post-production. But that stone balcony is the real deal, exactly as seen on film. Because of Attack of the Clones, Villa Belbiano has become a pilgrimage site for Star Wars proposals and weddings. Fans literally book the place to pop the question or tie the knot. Inspired by Anakin and Padme's own forbidden nuptials. You can feel the romance all around you. Visiting Belbiano is like stepping into a painting. You reach it by boat across Lake Como, which already makes you feel like you're en route to Naboo. As you walk the manicured grounds, you might recall Anakin speaking about sand and how he doesn't like it, but thankfully there's none here, just water and a nice beach. The vibe is peaceful, intimate, and yes, absurdly romantic. The villa's staff have seen it all, from casual tourists to full-on Padme cosplayers. So go for it. Feel the love, feel the Force, and soak in one of the most beautiful Star Wars locales in our galaxy. Number 3 drops us into an icy world that will give you chills, literally, but in a good way. Finse, Norway, specifically the Hardangerfjorden Glacier, better known to fans as the ice planet Hoth from The Empire Strikes Back. If you remember the epic battle of Hoth rebel snowspeeders weaving between giant Imperial walkers, those AT-ATs that was filmed on this very glacier in Norway. Back in 1979, the cast and crew braved blizzards here to capture the saga's most famous snow fight. Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker, himself trekked through these drifts for scenes of Luke collapsing in the snow and encountering the Force ghost of Obi-Wan after escaping the Wampus Cave. In fact, a massive blizzard hit during filming and literally stranded the crew at their Finse hotel, shutting down the train lines. Director Irvin Kershner, ever resourceful, said, "Well, if we can't go out, let's shoot from right here." They ended up filming Luke wandering in the storm by pointing the camera out the hotel door into the howling snow, while Mark Hamill stumbled around just 30 feet from the hotel, and it looked like the middle of the tundra. When you're standing on Hardangerfjorden, it's easy to see why they chose it. It's an endless expanse of white, pristine, and otherworldly. Aside from your own footprints and maybe a wayward skier, you could imagine a hulking AT-AT appearing on the horizon. Finse is remote. There are no roads. You get here by train or not at all, which makes the adventure all the more authentic. There's even an annual fan event called Hoth Expedition, where fans come to Finse to celebrate Empire Strikes Back anniversaries, sometimes complete with costumes. You can ski or snowshoe into the very valley where the rebel trenches were. Just remember to bring your own blaster sound effects. Visiting in winter gives you the full blizzard experience, but even in summer, patches of snow remain for that Hoth vibe. Finse is as close as you'll get to conquering the frozen frontier of the Rebel Alliance. Number 2 on our list brings us to an enchanted forest in Northern California, the Redwood National Park, which Star Wars fans will forever recognize as the forest moon of Endor. In Return of the Jedi, this is where Luke, Han, Leia, and a bunch of cuddly and deadly teddy bears called Ewoks took down the Empire's shield generator. The filmmakers set up camp among the towering redwood trees of Del Norte County, California, to shoot all the Endor scenes. And let me tell you, these trees are absolutely massive, some over 300 feet tall and thousands of years old. Walking among them, you immediately feel like an Ewok could peek out, or a scout trooper on a speeder bike might just whip past you. Back in 1982, when Lucasfilm filmed here, they wanted secrecy. After all, Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker were being shot under those branches, so they famously used the codename Blue Harvest, same as in Yuma, to throw off inquisitive fans and press. Local loggers and residents knew a movie was happening, but the production sign said, Blue Harvest, horror beyond imagination. A horror movie in the Redwoods? Nope, just Ewoks about to put a stormtrooper on a spit. Nothing to see here. By the way, they actually chose a part of the forest that was due to be logged, so explosions and cutting down a few trees for set building was, ironically, part of the plan. Talk about working with the environment, sort of. Today, Redwood National and State Parks are protected, so no, you definitely can't blow anything up. But you can absolutely roam the same groves where scenes from the Battle of Endor were filmed. The exact filming sites aren't always marked. The forest has kind of reclaimed them. But any lush, fern-filled grove under those giant trunks will transport you to Endor. There are even guided bike tours where fans reenact the speeder chase, using regular bikes, sadly, not those cool speeders. Endor in real life is every bit as majestic as you'd hope, minus the Imperial invasion. It's the ultimate forest adventure for anyone who's ever wanted to hug an Ewok or a redwood. And now, the #1 Star Wars spot. We're heading to exotic Tunisia, the ultimate pilgrimage for Star Wars fans, better known as the planet Tatooine itself. In fact, the very name Tatooine comes from the Tunisian town of Tatooine. George Lucas first came here in 1976 to film the first Star Wars film, A New Hope, and this North African country went on to stand in for Tatooine in 4 of the original 6 films, episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tunisia practically is Tatooine, with multiple locations spread across its desert landscape that together bring the Skywalker saga's birthplace to life. Let's hit the highlights. Luke Skywalker's home, Lars homestead in Matmata. In the dusty Berber village of Matmata, you'll find the Hotel Sidi Driss, which was used as the interior of Luke's childhood home. Those underground rooms where Luke had dinner with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are real Berber pit dwellings. The hotel proudly displays memorabilia. Order a glass of blue milk and live your best moisture farmer life. Now, the iconic exterior of the Lars homestead, that igloo in the middle of nowhere where Luke would gaze at the twin suns, that's located about 300 kilometers away on the Chott El Djerid salt flats near Tozeur. It's literally an igloo-shaped hut that was just left out there. Over the years, it started to crumble, but don't worry. A group of superfans rallied to restore the Lars homestead exterior in 2012, rebuilding and repainting it bright white, visible from 4 miles away. Thanks to them, you can stand right where baby Luke was delivered at the end of Episode 3, looking out at the horizon with that legendary binary sunset in your mind's eye. Remember young Anakin Skywalker's hometown in Episode 1 Mos Espa, with its dusty streets, market, and Watto's shop? The Mos Espa set was built near a place called Ong Jamel, the neck of the Camel Rock Formation outside Tozeur. And amazingly, those set pieces still stand in the desert. You can wander the abandoned streets of Mos Espa, peeking into the same doorways Lil Anakin and Jar Jar Binks walked past. It's surreal. Sand drifts against the walls, and occasionally the Tunisian winds make the place look like the crew just left yesterday. Nearby, you can also see the pod race arena location, an area of flat desert and cliffs where they filmed the pod race starting grid and Star Wars Canyon, also known as Sidi Bolel Canyon, where R2-D2 was intercepted by Jawas in A New Hope. Everywhere you turn in southern Tunisia, there's a piece of Star Wars history. The city of Tatooine itself has old Berber fortress granaries, or ksawah, that were used as the slave quarters where Anakin and Shmi lived. If you visit Ksar Ouled Soltain or Ksar Hadada, you might recognize those multi-level mud brick structures from the film. It's Tatooine overload in the best possible way. There may not be 2 suns setting like in the film, but as you watch the sky blaze orange over the endless desert, you'll understand why Luke stared off dreamily, thinking of adventure. If there's one Star Wars spot to rule them all, it's Tunisia, the real Tatooine. This is the place that truly makes you feel like you've left Earth for a while. And isn't that the whole magic of Star Wars? Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video and will hit that like button to prove it, and will hopefully subscribe to the channel. But wait, we're not done quite yet. Hit that hyperdrive now. You didn't think we'd end without a bonus location, did you? For an extra burst of fan delight, our bonus is Mount Etna in Sicily, Italy, an active volcano that played a fiery role in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Yes, the molten planet Mustafar, where Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker have their epic friendship-ending lightsaber duel, wasn't just CGI. When Mount Etna erupted spectacularly in 2002, George Lucas's team rushed to film it. Those real lava explosions and rivers of fire were later composited into the Mustafar scenes. So while Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen weren't actually dueling on the volcano, the background fury of lava was courtesy of Mother Nature. Mount Etna literally brought Mustafar to life. In sum, Mount Etna is a blazing cherry on top of our Star Wars tour, a place where fiction and reality bubbled together to forge one of the saga's most intense showdowns. Stand here and feel the heat, and be glad you're not in lightsaber combat. And there you have it. 11 Star Wars spots that prove you can visit a galaxy far, far away right here on Earth. From the sands of Tunisia to the snows of Norway, our earthly world holds pieces of that cinematic magic for those adventurous enough to seek them. I hope you've enjoyed this epic Star Wars tour as much as I have. Which Star Wars location would you want to travel to first? Did your favorite make the list, or did we miss a spot? Let me know in the comments. If you liked this journey, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Should I Go for more awesome travel adventures. Until next time, may the Force and may the Fourth be with you. Always.